All right, so here's the recap of the main features and improvements we introduced last month. The first thing we have here is cascading or dependent filters. And that means that if you connect a collection to, let's say, this drop-down filter over here, we have 3 makes. And then if you connect another collection to another drop-down with the models of these makes, you can now filter the models by the makers, by the car makers. So if I click models, you'll see only the models that are connected to a specific make. So let's choose another one. And again, you only see the models connected to that make. Now you might have noticed that these change here dynamically. That's another feature we introduced last time. But in case of these filters, if we go into the builder and we go into the filter form and choose a select input or a radio or a checkbox, if we go into the settings here, as usual, you can connect the options to your collection over here, but now you can also filter it through another collection that is actually a reference field in this collection. And that's how you filter, that's how you create those cascading filters. Now let's go to another project and let's look at the collaboration features here. Now, if you have team members joining here, you'll see all of them, all the team members who have this specific project open at the same time. And the person who is editing the specific page, who has control over the specific page, has a blue border around him or her. So if I join another page, if I go to another page, let's say this page over here, and in this case, Mr. Yellow is using this page, you'll see that the sides are blurred. I cannot edit this page, and it says Mr. Yellow is now editing. Now, whenever he leaves this page, the next person in line will automatically and instantaneously be able to edit the specific page. Now let's go back to the home page over here and let's look at some of the other things we have here. We can now use the new color controls. Anywhere you see color, you can go ahead and change the colors on the fly. You see them on the canvas right away. Change the colors using the slider over here, the opacity. You can input the opacity and the hex code here. Add the specific color once you're happy with it. And of course, edit and delete it if needed. We have styles here, and presets are over here. In case you want to use them, you can just go ahead and play around with these, and you can get rid of the color by clicking the X over here. Now, another thing we added is you can now use the workflows, the one that is connected with clicking outside a specific element. You can now add 2 or more elements. So let me show you how this can be used. In the past, if you had a drop down like this where you click the menu item and you have this menu popping up, you can add one workflow for toggling that specific menu, or you can add a workflow for closing the specific menu, like so, right? So you needed 2 workflows, one for opening this and then another one for closing it if someone clicked somewhere beyond the menu. What you couldn't do is have both things. So you couldn't like actually toggle with this. The reason for that is once you had 2 workflows, one is saying toggle this, and the other one is saying if you click outside this menu item, close this, they would interfere. This one would toggle, this one would close. So it would be really quickly, it would be closed and opened really quickly. You wouldn't actually see this, but that's what would happen, right? What we have now is we can have this workflow that says click outside the menu item, close, and connect it with another workflow with the same workflow, but adding another item to that workflow, saying that you have to actually also click outside this second item for it to work. And that allows it to only use that toggle instead of overlapping. And let me show you what I mean by that. Now, if you go to workflows, you find that outside menu clicked. We have that drop down, which closes. And now, if we add resources menu item, then if you click on that resources item, this workflow is not going to work then, right? Because we need to click outside that resources item. And that will allow you basically to have what you always wanted to have, or at least what I always wanted to have, which is being able to toggle, and also when it's open, being able to close it once you click somewhere outside that specific item. So we got that. We also introduced some more consistency within the design and added uploading files through API made some things work a lot smoother. For example, if you reorder these fields, you see how smooth it now works. It's a lot nicer to work with. Also, we introduced reordering multi-image fields by just dragging and dropping. Some speed improvements in terms of changing the pages, even more improvements because we improved some things last time too. And that is basically it. We have new templates at ycode.com/templates if you like. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.